Well, hello. Look at that twinsies.
Let's do it.
Some booze, folks. Greg and I are both starting off with the Giant Jones wheat wine. Greg turned me on to this when we tried it when he was here. I'd never ever had a wheat wine. We found one locally, and my word, that was delicious. Our friends over at Giant Jones. Happy to support them.
Oh, this is a collab with Brasserie V and Long Table Beer Cafe, which are two local, you can see their logos here. I keep forgetting about this. There's something on the side here, but we're not going to get to that today.
Yep.
But
look at that pour. That looks
so. I don't have a dirty ass glass, Doug.
I do. That's my job.
We can talk about this on the side, but I do something different before the show.
Man, that is just smooth, but a little weedy. It's different than the other one we had when we went to the one in Owego up here.
How many ABV is this?
What's that?
How many ABV is this?
Mine says 9.1.
Wow.
The other one we had, remember, was I think 12 or 12 and a half.
Right.
That one was like sweeter. So this is way different.
Yeah, this is way different.
I mean, I think we both went in thinking, I went in thinking it would be sweeter than this. So it's a little bit of surprise that it was as weedy as it is, but.
Ooh, it's weedy. I like the little tinge at the end. It's not sweet at all. It actually has like a little bite to it at the end. And it's not sweet like normal wheat wines, like you say. And it doesn't drink that big either. It doesn't drink 9%.
No, it drinks a lot like it reminds me a bit drinking ability like an Allagash White, but not. It's more weedy than that, but it has that sort of drinkability.
We started off with wheat wines because we generally don't have the same beers or booze, so it's fun when we do. And before we get to our guest, we wanted to be able to talk about it because once our guest comes on, sometimes who knows what happens. Sometimes this is true. That's true.
Sometimes it just rambles, man. It's great.
No, but this is great, and this is actually gonna go down pretty fast over here.
I agree. This is gonna be.
This is like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like
Jessica's. In my opinion, this is really good. This is another one of Jessica's, I guess. And again, they collabed, so props to all of them. But this is another Giant Jones hit.
Yeah, the only one I ever had from them you gave me the burnt nail, which was excellent. So you sent me the triple. I didn't try that yet. That's in my fridge.
Right. Didn't I bring the burnt nail?
Yes. So
you had the burnt nail, man.
Yeah, I had it on the show.
Man, Wisconsin Beer Baron has not had the burnt nail yet.
Chris, man, what are you doing?
I think it's great, man. I think it's great how sometimes these beers travel. But without further ado, damn, this is a good one though, bud.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm glad we stopped and talked about this before we brought Ashley on.
Yeah. This is gonna be gone in like 5 minutes. That's the thing. And 9.1 is not gonna feel like that, but yeah.
Wow. I got a couple more of these in the fridge, and I was wondering whether I was gonna jettison some of them out or keep them.
I think
I'm ain't going nowhere. And next week we'll do the triple, right?
Yeah, next week I have the triple that you sent me, so we can do that one next week.
So, Doug, without further ado, I'll let you take the.
Yeah. So, next guest is Ashley Girres. I follow her on Twitter. She's a great Twitter follow. Her feed goes the gamut from funny to inspirational to innuendo to feminist stuff. It's great. I follow her at A Fierce Mind over on Twitter, and she also has a book. And yeah, we should just bring her on because I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Yay! Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything in the glass?
I have a Moscow Mule.
Ooh.
Cheers.
And the proper glassware too. Well,
It makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
Doug, do you know what's in a Moscow Mule?
I do not.
I forgot.
Ashley, you're gonna have to fill us in on that.
There's vodka and ginger beer and some lime juice. Actually, this one's cucumber vodka, I think.
How does that combine with the ginger beer and all that stuff?
It's good. I've had strawberry, cucumber. Yeah, pretty much anything you put with ginger beer, I'm down with personally.
Excellent.
But I am jealous about your guys' situation right now because you sold it.
Yeah. Well, that brewery is by Greg, and he's in Madison, Wisconsin. It is a female-owned brewery.
Nice.
The brewers are female, and man, they just make great stuff. They make very old school ale, right, Greg?
Yeah, actually, Giant Jones is their thing is that they make big beers accessible. So all their beers are above a certain level of ABV. So I think it's 7.
Nice.
So the thing about them though is, and thanks for leading that in, Doug. They do these big beers, and normally people, how about that? Sometimes they're afraid of big ABV beers, even when you're being social. You know, sometimes you don't want to, depending on where you're at, what you're doing, you're not trying to get, big buzz or even like have some big beers, but they make them so approachable, drinkable, and they sell, like by 1 ounce or 2 ounce there. So you can just get, a couple, you walk in, get a couple.
Right.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So they do it in a good way. I was skeptical, to be honest with you, because, I was like, man, all big beers, what's going on? And they just touch in a really great way. So, Doug?
Yeah, that's the thing is with, like you actually, Greg came and drove out here in February, believe it or not, before everything shut down. We went to a conference in DC, and he drove from Madison to where I live in Binghamton, New York. So then we drove down to DC after that, and he brought a beer from there, and man, that was just superb. I don't know. I'm just reminiscing over beer.
And like socialization.
Yeah. That was like, Greg, we were talking about this before. Like that was when COVID was starting to maybe be a thing.
Right.
And it was the beginning of February. We were in DC with, like 500 other people at this convention. And then we drove home and we were just like, what the hell did we just do? We might not be able to do that again. So
I hear you. I'm in Oregon, so we are still just locked down for sure.
Yeah. Well, you guys also had the benefit of the wildfire stuff going out that way too, I believe.
Yes, we've got wildfires and huge riots and protests, and yeah, that's a lot going on over here. But I'm safe, so that's all
Oregon. Good. Yeah. So, Doug, you have a question? Should I jump?
No, go ahead.
So actually, the thing I'm doing my research because Doug, for everybody, Doug scheduled you, and I didn't know anything about you, so I jumped in and caught your book, and I was really the fatherhood part of me grabbed what you were putting down with your book, which is Ashley can tell a little bit about it, but her book is basically letters to her daughter, and as a father, it hit my heart there. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about motherhood, and I was going to say in the pandemic, but we'll get back to that. but how you approach motherhood given your upbringing, if you want to talk about that.
Well, first of all, I had an amazing mom. So as far as motherhood goes, I got really lucky in that aspect as far as role models go. Mm-hmm. And as far as like the book, I guess a lot of that stems actually from my dad and losing him when I was very young. So when I became a parent, I just felt very drawn to leaving something behind for her, because I know what it's like to need your parent or want advice or just something that she can feel like I'm there when I'm not, or even when I'm here and she's just too scared to admit that she needs me. So that's kind of where the book stemmed from, ironically, is more so from my dad. But yeah, a lot of motherhood stuff I totally pull from my mom. She was amazing and the best role model in that aspect. So yeah.
That's excellent. Doug?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've all, like all those of us with kids, you know, you all have that thing you want to kind of leave your legacy thing. And I thought this was an excellent approach because, you know, Greg will tell you I write a bit about parenthood, or I used to, at least. I don't write so much anymore. But like seeing that and trying to instill certain things in your kids and give them a good spot to start from, like, all right, this is how my dad or my mom did this. That's that's where I want to be. I want to be able to aspire to that. And you know, there's certain things in that book with you meant something about absorbing things. I thought that was a really great way to explain certain things with parenthood.
Yeah.
The way you phrase it exactly is escaping my mind because I read it all last night. So sometimes, you know, with time being kind of a flat circle now, I've just forgotten. So, can you speak a little bit about that part, the absorb part, if you can remember? I'm sorry to put you about that, but.
It's okay. Basically, the letter's about just really encouraging her to be present in the moment, whatever she's doing. I know that personally, when I've been low in life, moments that I can kind of look back to and draw from, where I can think about like being in a room full of my family and loved ones, and just remembering that feeling of my heart being full and everything important being in one room. And I think that especially this day and age, it's easy to be distracted or take kind of those moments for granted. And so just encouraging her to really take a minute, look around, appreciate what you have, appreciate who's around you. People and things can disappear and be snatched from you in a second. So I guess trying to teach her that at a young age without having to learn that lesson in a difficult way, that like I had to learn that lesson at 7, and just kind of trying to encourage her to look at that aspect and that perspective without actually having to suffer heartbreak, and maybe be more prepared when she does inevitably, you know, suffer those things.
Yeah, that unfortunately is an inevitability, and it's kind of hard to prepare your kids for stuff that's hard.
Right.
Stuff you can't, like, of course, you know, there's that whole, I want to be able to kind of control their environment a little bit so you can make sure it's as steady as possible. But there's also the idea like, well, you also kind of got to let them fly a little bit too, which it's a hard balance to find, I think.
I'm probably more of a hard mom than I guess typical. I'm pretty tough loving. I mean, I'll love her up as much as I break her down, but I don't break her down, but a little tough love, I think is good for kids. I don't think maybe they get quite enough of it. So I might be a little more hardcore than the average.
I think I'm closer to you, Ashley, than I am to Doug, but Doug's not, not even a pushover. I wouldn't say, but Doug, I wouldn't say you're tough love. Am I wrong? I don't think you're, but you're not like, I don't know. Go describe yourself.
The question is, so I'm in, Ashley might know this, but I'm in a blended family now. This is my second marriage, and you know, my wife and I got together when my kids were really young. When we got married, my kids were 5 and 2, 5 and 3. It was like really close. Anyway, so there's this whole different approach when you're including stepkids. Now, I don't consider my kids stepkids. They're all my kids. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of the family. But at the same time, especially now that my kids are teens and Greg's in this mode too, where we are in teens, they're all have their own little ways of dealing with things, the way you need to approach them. You understand, all right, well, You need a little harder edge. You need a very soft touch. You need and I think you learn your kids' rhythms and what they need. And I'm not a hardliner. But I tend to be. There's certain things I am hardline about, like hard work. That really, that is a thing that I was pounded into my skull when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's just something that is inimical with me, and I have to I feel like if you're sitting around, you're not working, and that's not a great way to be either. To be fair, I can't sit and binge watch anything, because if I'm sitting for more than an episode, I'm like, I'm wasting my time. What am I doing? And
Right.
So I'm a little overboard with that part, but yeah, I'll message Greg and be like, this particular child is driving me absolutely nuts. What am I doing? This is really driving me nuts. So yeah, I don't know. Everybody has their own approach.
I get it. I'm definitely big on hard work too.
So I think, Doug, before you get to your second, let's watch a video.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, because it has to do with parenting, and then I'm going to ask Ashley a question, follow it up. So Ashley, you're going to be on the spot here. I'm letting you know.
Okay.
Get ready.
Okay, so here we go. Hold on.
Volume, man.
No, you're talking. All we're talking about are historical events. No, you're talking about BLM and all that stuff. And we're not going to talk about it. Unless you want me to put what I have to say. Barack Obama was biracial, he wasn't just black. Right, he should have owned both sides of his family. Okay. That is true. Get back to me. We're talking, this is my class, not a political class. Ma'am, we're reading a story about a historical event. And the question that was presented to the students is, what's the most important historical event that's happened in your lifetime? Well, how did BLM show up? Your granddaughter brought it up. No, he did. Kevin did. Oh, Kevin did. Okay, you guys, I was throwing out and asking you guys to.
Oh boy.
So I don't even know. I actually don't want to even touch the whole Barack Obama craziness, because I don't even want to acknowledge that craziness. But if we do, if you guys want to talk about it, that's great. But actually, I wanted to ask you: have you seen any? Or first of all, are you doing the distance learning? Is your girl that old? And then if so, have you seen any of these freakouts in the Zooms?
Yes, my last year at the end of second grade, to finish out the school year, she was in public school distance learning. So we had lots of Zoom meetings, daily Zoom meetings. And probably the funniest thing that I witnessed, well, two things. One, I was stepping out of the shower and my daughter had the laptop in her hands and asking a technical question about her Zoom meeting that she was currently in. And I was in total panic mode, back out of the bathroom because I didn't want her to turn around and put the camera on me, obviously. So that was a major panic moment.
That would be
and then the other thing I witnessed during class when she was on the Zoom meeting was one of the parents, I don't think, realized that their kid wasn't on mute. And so I think she was yelling at one of her other children to turn the effing thing down.
Yeah, we swear in here is okay.
Very loud. And the whole class heard it. I heard it from across the house. And the poor second grade teacher, everything went silent for a moment. Then the poor second grade teacher was like, okay, friends, let's all be on mute. So Those are probably the two most awkward experiences I had with distance learning. This year, I pulled her from public school and we're doing like strictly homeschooling. So I don't have to worry about Zoom meetings.
Yeah, I'm a homeschooler, and I don't believe, Doug, you've been to any of these Zoom lessons yourself. Your kids are beyond this or no? Or
No, they're doing it, but they're pretty adept, and they know if they have any technical issues, they can come to me as the freaking IT person of our family. So, that's my job in real life. So
you haven't had to sit there and like be involved in any of these Zoom meetings to see any freakouts as much. Yeah, I hear they're going on. I hear they're going on at a crazy rate. If anybody's watching, please send it to the comments. I want to know more about this. I'm surprised we haven't had more of. We've seen the Karen videos, Ashley. You know what I mean? They've been, right. They're prominent now. They're everywhere. And for me, while we're on the topic, Karen it's a gender neutral term for me. So it's men, women. It's just people just freaking out.
In general.
Generally, they need to fucking chill. Most of them. Some of them.
A bugaboo.
Two of them have legit. One or two out of like a million have a legit argument. Where you at with this, Doug?
I just poured my next beer. So I agree. We've discussed this before, that the gender neutral thing with the Karen thing. Hey, if you're acting like a nut, then guess what? You deserve to get filmed. Somewhat.
And as a man,
there's some people you have to be a little, you go, well, what the hell was going on with them that day? That might have just been a bad day for them. So maybe that's the case too. So what I pull up next here is one that I've heard a lot of good things about, M43 Northeast Ipa, so NEPA. So this one is at 6.8 from New Orthodox. I believe that's Midwest, right, Greg? That's Williamston, Michigan. So I'm all Midwest beers tonight. Cheers.
Cheers.
Actually, in pre-production, I heard you say you don't like IPAs. So where are you at in the beer range? I'm sorry, Doug. Doug, and then
no, go Ashley.
Okay, Ashley.
I'm big on amber beers. I like ambers. I just don't like. It's not that I won't drink an IPA. I just won't choose it if I have another option. I'll definitely choose more of like an amber beer, or I like Pacifico and like Modelo and those kind of Dos Equis, those kind of beers too.
Mm-hmm. So you like light lagers and Mexican lagers and crisp beers that you can have with like tacos and yes,
something refreshing.
yes, nothing wrong with that. But generally, are you so? It doesn't. I'm not feeling that you're a beer drinker though. So are you cocktail drinker, wine? We've had. Hey, we welcome everything here, folks. My friend Brett Landry said I'm drinking wine. He feels out of place. He shouldn't though, because we. So where are you at actually on that scale? Are you a wine drinker or?
Honestly, a little bit of everything. It really just depends on my mood. I don't have some nights I'll drink. I drink a glass of wine probably almost every night. Sometimes it's red, sometimes it's white. I enjoy beer as long as it doesn't make me too full. Sometimes I feel like it makes me full.
Oh yeah.
And as far as alcohol, I'm more of a whiskey or vodka. I'm not big on tequila. Do not give me gin.
Okay.
I'm not big on necessarily super fruity, sweet. Maybe when I was younger, I liked that stuff, but anymore, I don't like anything super sugary.
Is that the same thing with wine? Do you prefer your wines drier?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's interesting because there's also quite a wide range of wines that my wife will prefer. Now it's winding down in the fall, but in the summer it was a lot of whites, but it's dry, semi-dry, things like that, just to she doesn't really like the super sugary sweet ones. And we live fairly close to the Finger Lakes, which has a plethora of sweet wines because that's the kind of grapes they grow for the most part. So yeah.
So Doug, what was in the glass?
It was M43. Our boy Daniel Fisher was talking about it too there. So this is like really, really, really freaking smooth. Like sometimes with the Northeast IPAs, it's not super juicy, which, that's kind of what you usually get out of that. You're expecting. It's a nice mix of the juicy and the hoppy. It's actually not terribly hoppy. It is really, really drinkable, especially if it's a really hot day. We talked about lawnmower beers. Not a shower beer for me, though. We have a big debate on this show about shower beers. I am a big shower beer person. Greg is meh on the subject.
He just waved you off.
Yeah, whatever, Doug.
So anyway, I'm having, Doug, I think you might like this can.
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Metal.
Are we in the 70s? It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's
What is that,
fancy.
like Tron, right?
Yeah.
Does that appeal to your graphic design taste there, Ashley?
Oh, yeah. I forgot we're with a graphic designer.
Well, it instantly made me think of the 70s. That's how I look at graphics. I like categorize them. So it's not like a like or dislike. It's just
Right.
category.
Right. Modern times.
Yeah, hard to go wrong with them.
So this is a Berliner Rice with pineapple, guava, orange, and hibiscus.
Wow.
That's very
Our
healthy.
friend David Rogers sent this to me a while back. If you remember, I got beer mail. It's just I haven't been able to fit this into the whole thing. So tonight we start with wheat wine and go to fruited sours. Okay. So guava and orange are coming out more than anything in this.
It looks very guava-y.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I've had it a while, and I don't know how long Dave had it. So some of them may have fell out, but it's not too sour. It's actually more fruity than anything. Nice summer drink, summer picnicky drink. So,
well, I'm going to like the label just because I'm a label hound. I think I've said this many times, if you invest time in your label and your packaging, you're going to invest time in your beer. So
You hear that, everyone who needs graphic design?
there's some labels, I'm telling you, that you look at it like, but did a 5-year-old make that? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is your product. What are you doing? So yeah.
Yeah, Doug is driven by labels.
I will buy beers and alcohol based on their label alone.
It's impressive.
Yeah. That might be impressive or dumb. I don't know which is the case sometimes, but that's the way.
I just like the commitment.
Yeah.
I think the commitment.
There's some beers I've had, so that label's great, beer not so much. But yeah.
And vice versa.
Very much so.
We need I'm actually, Doug, we're gonna work on a transition.
Yeah.
Because now it's time for our sponsor. And since we don't have one, our friend Ashley Girres is our sponsor. So Ashley, what would you like to talk about? Anything, or you can skip it.
I don't know what to talk about. I'm bad at talking about myself.
Well, okay. Let's talk about that. That awesomeness.
We did a little bit, but if that's where you, that's where. Here we go, Doug.
Yeah. That is my book. Yep.
Yep.
It looks familiar.
Etsy's the place to get it.
Yes. Etsy has signed copies. Amazon has not signed copies, blank copies. But Etsy's the place to get it if you want my signature on it. And maybe a little personal note too, whatever you want, whatever your style is. And yeah, those are the two places to get it, basically. Nothing too fancy.
So Doug said you're self-published, right?
I am.
Excuse my language. What the hell does that mean? And how much work? It sounds like a lot of damn work.
Like a lot of personal work.
Right.
It means that I don't pay anyone to promote my book, and I didn't pay anyone to print my book and sell my book. I did it through Amazon self-publishing. So being a graphic designer, I guess I kind of had it easier than most people because I design like the book cover and the pages on the inside and put it all together. I do that kind of thing all day. So that part it's, I guess, a lot of work, but not necessarily something it's just kind of second nature to me. So Amazon takes a printing fee from me. It's like $2 or something for every book that I sell to have printed. But I get to keep the rest of it because I'm self-published. So I don't have to pay anything to a publishing company or advertising. I use Twitter to advertise. That gets me a lot of my sales. So yeah, that's what that means.
Least favorite font?
Font?
Yeah.
Comic Sans, Homa. I could list a million, but just like there's the cartoony, like basic Karen.
Yeah. What about Papyrus?
What about what?
Papyrus?
Nope.
Virus?
Not down with it. That's like Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Sorry, that was a nerdy joke. Sorry, Greg. Yeah.
Jonathan's photo popped up like when you told on your nerdy joke, and his facial expression was kind of amazing.
Great, thanks.
What's up, everyone? Hi, Victor. How you doing?
There's our boy there.
Yes. This is back to the label. He wants to listen to the Master Blaster soundtrack now. Jonathan thought it was an 80s video game.
Yeah. It felt very what's a super popular Netflix show with the young kids? God damn it. Why can't I remember that?
Are they like on a boat or something? Like, no, I feel like they're like in the
Stranger Things. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Yeah, I need to see that one too.
If you like 80s nostalgia, it's just chock full of it. It's really great if you like that stuff.
Doug, is it good for my 14 and 16-year-old?
Yeah, my kids watch it and they all adore that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing that if that's something that really is a fear for them, then maybe not that. It's not like horror. It's not that. It's just there is a monster involved and stuff like that. Spoiler alert. Sorry, folks.
Well, yeah, and I need something to, truth be told, on a live stream than the whole world or whatever. But I need something. I need a glue between me and them. Not necessarily need, but it's just a nice thing. And as they get and Fortnite and the games they play is just not it. And I'm a video game. I play video games, but there's just a gap there between what they play and what I play, and what they like and what I like. And I try to dip into what they like, and it's just not my thing. So it's just not. So, but Stranger Things will be a good thing because I don't know. I stopped, and maybe we could talk about this. I stopped watching stuff with them when they were really young because there was only so much Blue's Clues, Dora, Sesame Street. I mean, I was good. I was good for 6 or 7 years. But at some point, it was just like, actually, I don't know. My dynamic was I had 3 kids under 7 at one point. We had 3 boys. Yeah, and it was just a lot. So then I almost went the other way where I was just like, all right, you guys can go watch your stuff, and I'm gonna go like be an adult and at least have some like
sanity of some sort.
Right. But that takes me to a far place where now, we watch some things together as a family, but there's really nothing that like I watch with the boys. There's something Mama watches with the boys, so they have that connection. But there's nothing that Father works with the boys. So, Stranger Things might be a good thing because I don't want a kiddie thing, Doug. I want something like that has a little meat to it, but not too much.
I'm trying to meet in the middle a little bit.
Right.
I got you.
I would suggest Umbrella Academy too. That's excellent.
That's a good one. I've watched that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very teen appropriate, teen friendly for that stuff. So yeah.
So 80s so sucked. Except
I had to find out who said that because I'm going to have words with that person.
Coward. It's just a Facebook user. They're a coward.
How's our boy Tony?
Johnny tested my patience.
Oh,
Unintended.
yeah.
Victor says there's some bad words being said in Stranger Times. There's some bad words being said in my house, so I think we're good.
Hey, Ashley, so that means what's playing in your house with your daughter being the age? Was there a lot of Paw Patrol before and stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't think we got Ashley's. I don't know if she wants to generalize the age of her daughter or just tell us, but I don't think we get the age. I don't think we got your daughter's age.
She's a third grader.
Okay.
So what's her? Do you even allow? Because some people don't allow their kids to watch a lot of TV. There's that too.
Not a lot, but yeah, I mean, I'm not like super strict about it or anything. This is where I probably go on the other end of the spectrum. I'm like a tough, loving mom, but I'm also kind of the belief that like, and again, there's to a certain extent, not just full blown willy nilly here, but I'm kind of the belief of like, I want to be around and talk to her about things while I have her instead of feeling like I'm protecting her from everything and then sending her out in the big old world and her just not knowing what to do or how to handle it or encountering things for the first time that I could have kind of given her heads up on.
Mm-hmm.
I also want her to feel like she can talk to me about anything and not be embarrassed. Or I feel like these days when your kid goes to school, there's just so many other kids that are seeing so many other things that maybe don't have the best home life. And she's hearing and seeing a lot of things that she probably doesn't necessarily see at our house or in our neighborhood or whatever, but she's being exposed to it. So I guess I'm a little the opposite of a strict mom and more so probably let her see and hear things that maybe not everyone would agree to allow their third grader to see and hear. But yeah, I'm not very strict in that way. I like to talk to her about things, expose her when I'm around. And again, to a certain degree, we're not like watching anything crazy.
Yeah.
But,
like, hey, come over here and watch Game of Thrones with me. Maybe not that one.
Yeah. There's definitely a roof, but
yeah, and I think I think there are certain areas where I think every parent is quote strict, where there's just a level that we have I think, strict's a word that I like it because a lot of people kind of understand it, but sometimes it's restricting, you know what I mean? If you want to dig a little bit deeper, it's more about like, you just have higher standards in that area or, you know what I mean? So then in some areas, it's not really even about standards though, because, on some level you're just like, your standards, or maybe it is, I don't know, your standards in, whether it be censorship or, movies or expression,
right.
Maybe you're just like, look, you can express yourself the way you need to express yourself.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh no, you can't express yourself.
Right.
You need to be more refined. So I think, so that's I don't know if you want to jump off on anything I just mentioned there.
Especially I feel like raising a girl, I'm pretty passionate about, I feel like, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of like reverse sexism or something, but I feel like girls are just throughout history, we're more kind of seatbelted in a lot of ways. Like it's kind of not even intentionally always, but kind of drilled in us to act a certain way and like, be a lady and be proper, and we don't talk like that, and we don't dress like that, and we, we're to put off some sort of like kind of put together vibe, I guess. And I would rather encourage her just to be her. Like people ask me about like my Twitter account, like, oh, what are you going to do when, she sees jokes that you make, where I'm like, she lives with me. She sees me, she hears my jokes. Yeah. And I just want her to own who she is, and not everyone's going to like it, and that's fine. But I don't want to discourage her from being whatever she is naturally. And as long as she's a good person, it's really all I care about. And so I guess that's my goal, is just to like really let her explore anything and everything and draw from it what she wants and exude what she wants. And yeah, that's that's my main like goal, I guess.
Yeah, and you mentioned Twitter, so I'm gonna get a blurb here, and then I'm gonna pass it to Doug because I think he has a question about Twitter. But you mentioned Twitter. I've told my sons that Twitter, my personal Twitter account. I have a beer Twitter account. My personal Twitter account is literally what is on my head and where am I at as a person at that time. And I have 40,000 tweets or something. And I don't expect anybody to ever follow me or even want to, because it's just a brain dump. It's just like what's on my mind. And it's not necessarily for anybody else. It's just for me to put something somewhere, whether I'm frustrated with the president, whether I love the president, whatever it is. So I told my boys that like you can go back and see like whenever you want, even from now, like where I'm at. Like if you actually want to know like whether I'm pissed off, go to my Twitter almost immediately. Like you will see it, you will feel it. If I'm in a good mood, ask Doug. You'll see a whole bunch of music. I put the music that I like there. So I put it's almost like your book kind of related to me as far as like that's kind of what I do with my Twitter, not intentionally, but it's just more like that's kind of my diary. I just throw it there. And again, I don't really care who follows me. It's not even about that. If you say anything nasty or anything, you get blocked immediately. I just don't care about that one. Like, it's just about me. It's all about me. I don't really care. And I told them.
I like it.
So that's, I think sometimes it's good to have these kind of diary things, whether you do it in a way that you did, which is put it in book format, or, I think we all need that kind of, even, safe space, even though it goes out to the world.
Right.
I think we all need that safe space, and that's what I didn't read your book, but when I read the synopsis and I was on there reading, and then Doug and I spoke a little bit about it this morning after he read it. I still get that vibe, I get that, diary feel that, like you're a place where you're putting your heart, or a place where you're expressing yourself. So that's why I love everything about the book. It's on order, no BS. So it's gonna be good.
I love it.
So Doug, you had unless Ashley you have something to respond to my blab there, I'll give Doug a question for you.
Only that I can totally relate. My Twitter's the same way. Like Doug said, it is kind of full spectrum, all over the place. But that's because I don't know, maybe I'm like multiple personality disorder or something. But I just let it rip, whether I'm happy, sad, mad. It is kind of just like my diary. I say whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm thinking, make jokes, try to be as transparent as possible as far as, past life experiences or just anything that people can relate to, I guess, or hopefully someone reads it that if they're feeling alone in some way, or they can just feel like someone's been there, someone's listening or feeling the same way. I don't have much of a filter. I just kind of let it go.
Yeah, there is one thing that I think is interesting is, so like I said, I found I like your Twitter feed because it goes all over the place, and that's how people think.
Right.
You don't think that's the thing. If people are like, well, if you're this, you need to just be that. Here's the thing. Like, if someone's talking and they're just doing one thing, I'm like, then you're curating everything. You're not really actually voicing your opinion. What you're doing, you're saying, here's this facade. And maybe that facade is real. A facade implies that it's not. But what I'm saying is some people is like, there are folks who are, all right, I am just a political person on Twitter. I am just a self-help person on Twitter. I'm, whatever the case may be, but your brain never works like that.
Right.
Your brain is, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this. And it's like a squirrel in a freaking maze trying to figure out where the hell to go. That's your brain every day.
Right.
So like I said, I don't actually post a lot personally. I tend to respond to things.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was interesting. You actually retweeted that one thing I said about normalizing like men telling like I'll talk like, hey man, I love you. And I say that and I mean that you're my man and I'm here for you, dude. I think you're great and I love you. And the problem is that's not a normal thing. I mean, but
that's not your problem.
No, but it's something where I wish that's a fair point.
Yes.
But there's something like so. One of the things Greg and I like the conference we went to is something called Dad 2.0. So it's basically a bunch of fathers that come and congregate and talk about. Some people are there to be able to promote the brand. Some people are there just to hang. Some people are just, I'm a new dad. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like it's a lot of different perspectives. But what you see there is a lot of affection, like hugs, love you, man, all that stuff, and it's great to see. And there's this thing that I see sometimes, and I'm going to use sports as an analogy here, so forgive me.
I like sports.
But if you watch something like soccer, you watch European soccer, those guys fucking love each other. They just, they're a team, they're hugging, they're just like all about it when they give each other like kisses on each side of their cheek. They're just, there's an affection to there that is, it's not sexual. You know what it is? It's an affection towards another human being. And I just want that so much for everybody. But I want it to be like, and you even respond to it, and also women like should be able to normalize being able to say, I love you. And I don't mean that like, hey, let's go hook up. I mean like, I love you. I think you're great. And I think you deserve to know that you're loved. I don't know. That's a rant, and I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I like it. And it's not a rant. It needs to be said. That's why we keep doing the same old thing, because we don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Greg, you have a third because we're already 47 minutes. Doesn't even feel like it's been 15.
Well, I kind of want to highlight this too.
Yeah.
Love is an intense feeling of deep affection. It says nothing about I want to hook up with you. It says nothing that I lust after you. It says nothing that I'm sexually attracted to you. It says nothing about that. But love gets put, that four-letter word, a lot of shit gets put on it.
I feel like a very Americanized thing too.
I agree.
Oh, really?
Yes, Greg, Mr. Sarcasm over there.
No, I'm actually not being.
That felt sincere.
No, that was kind of it was mostly sincere, to be honest with you, because I don't. Are there? I guess you're right. I don't know. Are Europeans more? Oh yeah. You gave the soccer thing, and you're right. Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like,
I missed that part of the show. Sorry. I don't know where I was, but
what I just meant is like there's an Americanized version of love, which is either it's monetary love or lust, and if you're in love, you're connected to someone. You have to be just connected. You can't be
committed for life.
Yeah, there's no in between. It's either you're committed for life or nada. And I think that's nonsense. You can love people and not be married to them. I mean, there's friends I have who are sarcastic. Casey is our other co-host. So, sometimes he doesn't get it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's our guy.
So. Shots fired.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry. It bothers me that I can't tell. Like, so here's the thing. Like, so let's say I have a friend who is female, and I say, you know what? I love you. I think you're great. That puts a whole skew on things because the way we approach that is, oh, well, he's trying to. Right. No, I just think you're fucking great. What?
I hear you.
I agree. I'm going to tell that to a friend of mine. Like, the good thing is like somebody like Greg, I can tell that to, and he understands exactly where the wavelength is. We're bored. So yeah.
Right.
I say let it rip.
So you better love me, motherfucker. Anyway, now that's where we're at. So let's go from wheat wine to sour to my stomach is going to Stout.
You're going to Stout?
So Ashley, have you? Excuse me, Doug.
No, go ahead. Ask what you're going to ask Ashley. I was good.
So why crack this open? Ashley, have you delved into the seltzer world? Have you delved into the White Claws? Have you seen them around? Have you drank them? What do you think of them?
I've tried probably like every brand just to try it, you know.
Okay.
I'm a trier. I'm not afraid of new things, and I'm not afraid of giving things, you know, multiple chances.
Your impressions?
It's definitely not like something I will choose if I have other options, but again, not something I'll say no to. It's not like my go-to, but
Yeah, I'm with Ashley mostly. I'm not gonna search them out, but I will try them if they're there.
yeah.
And I haven't had
No.
Doug, when was the last time we had a stout on the show? Ooh, this smells like a boozy one. 6.2? That's not. Oh, the head dissipated really fast. Doug, this is for you.
Yeah.
Doug's
Technically my memoir.
so beautiful.
So now this is a beer that I'm getting a lot of roast from. This one drinks bigger than it is. This one there's a little alcohol tinge at the end of this one. It almost drinks like a 9%er, even though it's 6. Is that weird?
It's a kicker.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Greg? Greg has
Schwarz-Tinty Lab.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is one from. This is a beer mail. So I'm gonna say this is from Daniel Fisher. Maybe Daniel. Are you still watching? Anyway, we get beer mail sometimes, Ashley.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that beer mail gets mixed in with the beer that we get. So then the whole refrigerator gets discombobulated. And sometimes, like, you're pouring out beers that someone sent you like months ago, and then you don't know who sent it to you. And sometimes you actually think that you picked it up. So, Doug, you laugh because you can relate.
Y'all need a system.
It's a good system, although the weird thing is, like, depending on who sends it, where they're sending it from. Like, I had a friend of mine who sent beer from Michigan to Florida, and it took 3 weeks to get there.
Oh, geez.
Which is not great because they sent a couple of IPAs, and IPAs are not great when they're not fresh. So,
no, and I've been finding out on my Daniel doesn't recognize it, so that maybe I got it. I don't know. But that goes to my I am in school doing beer school, Ashley.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. And it's fun, but it's a lot of chemistry, some physics. It's really, really crazy. But Doug, one thing I did learn this week is that temperature absolutely positively affects the beer, even when we have it. So, but from what I know, and again, anybody, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. It's about oxidation. So if the temperature changes, your beer might become more oxidated faster. Oxygen getting into it and messing around. But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I know what Doug's gonna do. He's gonna crack it open and drink it regardless, and that's what I'm gonna do. So.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my style. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. Just do it.
Yeah. Sometimes you're not going to get exactly what you want, but it's still going to go down. So,
True.
So
actually beer mail.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that, and then I got a question for Ashley.
Pipeworks. This is Pipeworks Brewing and Longman and Eagle. I guess it's a collab. Brown and Stirred. This is a Manhattan-inspired ale brewed with cherries and bitters. I like how they put bitters in quotes because who the fuck knows what that means? Maybe they just frowned at it a lot. I don't know. So
Casey thought that shipping was swift and magical in the 48 mainland states with UPS. So, now that's some sarcastic bullshit right there.
That is. For sure.
Shut up, Casey. God damn it.
That looks like a
Love the glass.
nail.
Love the glass.
Mm-hmm. Got that little.
Well, what's this style again? Because I don't pay attention on my own damn stream.
Dude, it said it was Manhattan inspired ale. It doesn't really even say that. So that almost sounds like malt.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
here's a message to Ashley.
That is so not true.
It's kind of true.
I have a brother named Casey, so I've got a soft spot for you, Casey.
Casey's smarter than us in 7 other ways, so he could be dumb in a beer. It's cool. Whoa! Whoa!
This is a whole experience you're having.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Oh, it's a no.
Oh man!
Okay, so Ashley, I've been with Doug doing the stream for over a year plus, almost
It's
whatever.
about a year and a half, maybe
Whatever.
almost
I've
two.
never seen that.
Oh my god!
That was a full body physical.
Right.
So this is a malt beverage that is trying to be an ale, and you know how we talk about sometimes with cherries, it's medicinal. I'm trying not
I can taste it.
I can get on the beer, but it's not something I'm going to drink another sip of. Just it's just not good.
We have had some bad beers, and actually, a lot of times,
You just said he drinks it. You just said that.
a lot of times when we drink bad beers, we'll either like, I'm not gonna say we don't say it, but like sometimes we're really, really nice and cordial and
It's overrated.
no,
That was
wow, that was probably the worst reaction I've ever seen out of you ever.
yeah, and I had that one beer. What was it? Man, it was
You've had some bad beers, actually.
the one where I got it, and I'm like, I think this has been sitting on the shelf too long. Like it was like, and I was like, oh my god, that's so bad. I'm like, I am gonna go do this. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna get a different beer and dump the shit out of that. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Well. Yeah. So never. Yeah, and I part of the thing was the whole show started actually where I'm an aspiring beer expert, so I'm trying to I'm becoming a person who can talk about beer and I don't know, maybe represent a brewery going forward or be involved in I don't know, the front office of a brewery. I don't know, maybe be a brewer. Who knows?
Yeah.
The point is, I started the show because I was doing a lot of studying, and beer is not a to put it bluntly, beer's not a vice for me. So I don't so when I'm sad, I don't drink beer.
Right.
When I'm angry, I don't drink beer. So I almost had to have a place where I could be almost forced to drink beer,
Right.
talk about it. And just like also getting in front of a camera is nothing I ever want to do generally. I do it now, obviously, but I never wanted to do it. My sons are really into YouTube. They're really into the streaming. So I figured that this would be something that I could do to push my boundaries.
Yeah.
And to do something I wouldn't do. I would learn about beer with Doug. I would drink beer every week. So that's how the whole really thing started. And Doug and I met at Dad 2.0. And I don't know, we just had chemistry. You ever go to any of these conventions or, different places like writers' conventions and you meet people there and you just have an instant connection with someone, whether it be a male or female, you just have that chemistry. Like you laugh, you tell the truth, you're like, oh my goodness. That was Doug and I. It was like the second we met, it was just like, man. So I called Doug up and we become, friends, but we started doing the show. So we're like, well, let's just bring on 3 beers per show. And we'll just talk about them. So we've been doing that since early 2019, and we've just been. And then so I don't know. It was about 3 or 4 months, and we're just like, why don't we have guests? Why don't we have somebody come on? So then we just started bringing guests on, and long story short, I've never seen a reaction out of Doug like that. So that was very, very.
I feel honored to witness it.
Oh, it's an event. It's an event. It's great. I can't wait to see the replay. He's like full body rejection.
I am generally not someone who reacts.
I feel like you're still recovering from it.
That was just not. And I'm gonna preface it by saying, I said to Jill, my wife, I was like, listen, that one I don't have a lot of high hopes for.
Oh, you knew it. You felt it.
I just had a feeling that was not going to be what
Was it the cherry or the bitter?
The problem is there's a lot of beers that are trying to make like old-fashioned style beers or Manhattan style beers. So they're trying to put things in that are in those mixed drinks.
Gotcha.
Putting cherries in things when it's beer is touch and go. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's really bad.
I'm just not a big cherry fan in general.
Yeah, some people will say that it is bad all the time. I disagree, but so I'm going to jump back in with something that I know the brewery is freaking great, and I've heard really good things about. And I got this one, vanilla cherry stout.
So you're sticking with cherry.
Hey, get right back on the saddle, baby. Let's do it.
I like it.
So this stout aged in bourbon barrels with cherries and vanilla. So Central Waters, I've had great luck with. Greg will tell you there.
Central Waters is great, but they can miss.
Yeah. But I have not had a miss from them yet.
Okay.
Don't put that in my brain. I'm going to pour this and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm telling you. I'm putting it out into the universe.
Like I'm telling you, Ashley and other guests that we've had have inspired me. I want to start doing a drink a week or a mixed drink.
Oh.
I did Scotch last week.
You did.
What are you going to do next week?
We do.
So,
excuse me?
What are you going to do next week? What's going to be your first mixed drink?
Oh, I need to do something now. Black is beautiful, great glass. What's going on?
Yeah, so I rinsed the glass out to get rid of the stain of the last one. Oh, that is so much better. They get that super roasty, you get the cherry and the vanilla. The booziness comes on the end. That's what you want when you have a bourbon barrel aged beer. Is you want all the booze to come on the end. You don't want it all in the middle. You want all the flavors to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is. I'm gonna be drinking all of that as opposed to the last one, which I dumped down the sink. So.
Wow. Drink. That's what we call, Ashley, in the beer world, a drain pour.
Yeah, and I do not. I maybe in my life, literally, maybe in my life, I've done that 6 or 7 times ever. And I've had lots of beer. So for me to pour something out means it was just not good.
So before we wrap here soon, let's go through some comments. Casey says he loves the Black is Beautiful glass.
Mm-hmm.
He also loves our guest, Doug.
I got you, Casey.
Doug, you were a little bitter about the bitters, weren't you?
I don't know what that was.
Not sure who Facebook user is, but the mail used to be reliable before Trump's
That's Tony. I know that is. I don't even
know. Live protected. Let's see. Victor is, I'm drinking a Stiegel grapefruit Rattler. Actually, have you ever had a Rattler? You know what those are?
I don't think so.
They're generally half like lemonade, half beer.
Oh,
they're half
like
a sugary drink, half beer.
Mm-hmm.
They're fantastic, light, wonderful spring drinks. I love them.
They're similar to shandies.
Okay, yeah.
Not exactly, but they're similar to that.
I've had a few shandies, grapefruit shandies, summer shandies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're nice. They have their place for sure.
Yeah.
Honey Jack?
No.
Honey Jack is that's like Jack Daniel's variant that they made with honey.
Oh,
sounds good.
Yeah, you fit in with that for sure.
He said we're pretty laissez-faire. What you want to drink is what you want to drink. You don't care what it is. As long as you enjoy it.
It's
Tony, I'm all over.
Right. It's your Friday. So to me, Friday's about how was your week? Like how you drink on Friday was how was your week? And it used to be more, in my opinion, prevalent before COVID because people would go out, you know what I mean? Or you would stay in. You know how it is. Like sometimes you're like, I just want pizza in and I want a couple shots. Sometimes you're like, I want to go out with my friends and drink all night. Sometimes you're like, I want to stay at home and drink water. So whatever your Friday to me shaped is shaped by the week that you went through. Do you have a comment on that, Ashley?
I feel like that's pretty fair. Yeah, it is harder during COVID because I feel like I'm in Groundhog's Day. I don't even know where I am or what I'm doing most of the time now, but I do feel like that's a fair assessment. Come Friday, yeah, your just overall week mood is kind of what you're drinking, what you're eating, I feel like.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
are you gonna grab like a quick like pizza, or you feel like you're gonna go out and have like a nice meal? I don't know.
Can I share what I had tonight for dinner, which because it was something unexpectedly awesome.
Do share, because the whole physical reaction you had to that beer is still having an effect on you.
I had a great meal on that one beer.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So my wife and I decided there's a vegan place near us that we've never tried. And we're not vegans, but we want to try everything. So it's like we'll try whatever food just because why not? We want to see what's out there. I just don't want to eat the same things over and over. So this place had this thing they called a Big Mac scene, which is their vegan version of a Big Mac. And I said, all right, great. And then they also had these, they called them deep fried chicken wings, but the inside's not chicken. It's a oyster mushroom.
Okay.
And we got fondue. And the fondue I was really skeptical of because fondue is like basically you can't use cheese. You have to use like some nut-based thing. I was expecting it to be terrible. And it was freaking delicious.
Well, that's good. I thought it was going to take another turn.
The Big Mac scene thing was like, I swear to you, it was this big. And I ate every bit of it. It was delicious. They have fries with it. I am a sucker for potatoes. You can put potatoes in any form other than sweet potatoes because sweet potatoes suck. But otherwise, I ate all of it. My wife had those things, and she had like it was a butternut squash polenta that was with it. I mean, after that meal, I was like, I don't want to do anything. I am so stuffed. I don't want to do anything. It was delicious. So,
well, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Kind of jealous. And anyone who isn't like into potatoes, I judge. I'm just gonna be real. If you don't like potatoes,
wait! I missed something. Sweet potatoes do suck.
I like sweet potato fries, though.
I do not.
Whoa! No.
Sorry.
No, not you, Ashley. These two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you like sweet potato fries?
No.
Casey,
don't like sweet potatoes.
Solidarity, man.
No. Look at that. Sweet potatoes don't matter. That's not.
Goodness.
If you like sweet potatoes, my wife loves sweet potatoes. Great.
No, I like sweet potato fries, not sweet potatoes.
Okay. So you're not team sweet.
I'm just gonna fill my mouth with like sweet potatoes.
So nobody is team sweet potatoes.
No.
But actually, you will. But you said it. You admitted to it on a live stream that if you judge people if they don't like potatoes, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
100%.
Potatoes. Sweet potatoes are different.
You're fine with the judging about the sweet potatoes, though. I'm just making sure. I'm making sure the line is.
Okay.
Sweet potatoes are yams. They are not potatoes.
Yeah. See, yams.
Oh, okay. So, real quick. So, Tony wanted to know why he's not showing up. Damn it!
He is.
There he is.
Hey,
Tony figured it out. So, I'm gonna ignore these sweet potatoes. Oh, look! Actually, I thought we had something special, Casey. No, because she likes sweet potato fries. Casey,
get back to Canada. Oh, you can't come here anyway.
Kate, you understand?
Either take me as my whole or not at all.
Sweet potato biscuits.
I've never had those, but they do. I mean, I'll eat one.
Oh,
I would try it.
Biscuit. It has biscuit in the name. I'll eat it.
Misty with sweet potatoes, and what's SPF?
Sunscreen?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What is it?
I'm not eating sunscreen. Not intentional.
No, sweet potato fries, I think it is, right?
Sweet potato fries. Okay.
Right.
Oh,
So
well,
he's
I'm not
not-
fancy with the abbreviations. I just
Yeah, my
like
boy Kyle's not
I
having it.
didn't know what that was either. I thought that was sunscreen as well. So
Right. Look, nobody likes sweet potatoes. I think we all can agree. Really? No.
fries.
Look,
Sweet potato fries, Casey.
sweet potatoes look like Trump for a reason. Okay. See, this is what happens on the show. Did we know we're going to talk about sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes, SPF sweet potato fries.
Hey,
Yeah,
Okay.
we got it.
And here's a reminder for our friend Casey.
He's
Ketchup
not our
fries.
friend anymore.
Ketchup. Have you ever had ketchup chips, Ashley?
I can't get myself to do it. I'm sorry, guys.
and you're really close to the Canadian border, which is where it's super popular. So yeah.
What ketchup chips?
Ugh.
See, I
love ketchup. I
I love chips.
I love.
I want to like ketchup chips, but
I'll eat the shit out of some chips, but I'm not going to put ketchup on my chips. So why would I eat a ketchup chip?
All right, so, Ashley, do you eat what kind of chips? There's a million kinds of chips. What's your go-to chip?
right.
Not ketchup chips.
Fair point.
So anything other than
Right.
Casey and I lasted all of 36 seconds.
Yeah.
There's jokes in there, Casey.
Now listen, Casey, you guys can agree on poutine. Poutine is delicious.
No, I don't like gravy.
Get out.
Bye. Well, I swear I've never heard anybody say they don't like gravy. You don't
No,
like
that's-
gravy? What? You don't like the texture? What's wrong with gravy, Ashley?
I have kids who don't like gravy, and I'm so baffled. Like,
What?
how did you come from my loins?
How- okay.
I didn't. I'm
No,
there.
no, definitely not. But yeah, it just, I don't know. Hey,
I just don't like gravy.
but
Wow.
I'm really sorry. Oh, jeez.
I'm
you didn't know you were in for this when you came on this show. Hey, I think we have to ask her the ultimate.
Wow. No, this is I what? Yes, gravy sucks.
Thank
What? My
Man.
wife does not like gravy.
All the good ones don't.
Hey, John, JHG, that is grounds for divorce.
Right. Is it?
Casey, we're already not on speaking terms. So
Like what? Wow. Okay, Ashley. So, all right. So
I'm scared for another question.
here, I was trying again. Doug, when I try to rap, that means we're going to go a half an hour more. Every time I say we're going to rap, it just goes further. What were you going to say, Doug? Before I get to the main question, and then we're going to wrap and let Ashley go. What do you got, Doug?
I think we have to ask the main question that we haven't asked in a long time.
I was going to ask it.
You do it. All you. I see.
Okay, Ashley. So we went to Dad 2.0. And we had this conversation that I thought everybody got it, and I thought everybody was on the same page. We're going to figure out whether you're on the same page or not.
Okay.
And then I put it out on my Facebook page, and it just got, within like 15 minutes, it got like 200 comments. And I just didn't know that this was a big issue. So, do you sleep with a top sheet or not? So you have a comforter, you have the top sheet, and then you have like that fitted sheet. You know what I mean? The one that between you and the mattress. So do you sleep with the top sheet or not?
I mean, I'm an adult.
Right?
So yes.
Answer the question.
Yes.
Yeah, LOL, the top sheet. Yes, Casey, it's time for the top sheet. So actually, you sleep with top sheet, right? Because
I do.
there are.
When I was like a teenager, I didn't, but
Right.
now I do.
Correct.
Still don't like gravy, but I do like sweet potato fries, and I sleep with a top sheet.
So this all started because I went to Doug's house, and I slept there before and after that too. And he didn't have a top sheet. In the second in the guest room for me, he didn't have a top sheet. So I wasn't. I mean, it was just different because I recently went to a top sheet because I got flannel sheets, and I'm able to use the flannel sheet because it's a little bit thicker as like a comforter and a top sheet. So I just use that, and people were offended by that. And Doug,
they're offended by your top sheet.
Well, Doug and Jill don't use a top sheet. Apparently, they buy a bedding sheet thing and then throw out the top sheet, which I don't know what they do.
No, we do not.
Doug also throws out beer, so
We do not throw it out. You know what we use it for? Painting drop cloths.
oh. Thank you, Tony.
All right. Well,
What does Tony think about gravy?
top
Yeah,
sheet.
Tony. Well, wait, I think Tony did Tony sign in on gravy? Oh,
That's
this is
Kelly.
gravy gross.
I'd say
No,
top sheets
no.
matter.
Why would you ruin a perfectly good biscuit with gravy?
What?
Oh. Whoa. Oh, can I ask? All right, so I'm going to go one step farther than that.
Okay.
All right, so have you ever had cream chip beef on toast?
Cream chip
Beef toast.
on toast. No.
Yes, it is.
What is that?
It has a white sauce gravy with cream chip beef, and it's on.
Okay, you
toast.
lost me at white sauce.
Wow, we are learning all kinds of things tonight. This is great.
Ashley, I got a question for you.
What?
Which gravy are you?
I don't want to hear any more from Casey.
He does have a point though. Some gravy did hurt you at some point. I'm just saying.
Well, there are some gravies. I will say that the one that I don't care for is like sausage gravy on chicken fried steak. I do not care for sausage.
Okay, that's like the only gravy I might eat.
Is what the white gravy on what, Doug?
No, the sausage gravy that you would eat in like chicken fried steak.
I love that.
That's probably the only gravy I will eat.
But Doug, we need further verification. Doug's making stuff up now.
Oh, it's called SOS, believe it or not. It's called shit on a shingle. That's like the army.
And you want me to eat it?
Yes, I do.
I feel like I automatically win that argument just based on that.
No, you don't. Not for me anyway, at least. But hey, you know what?
No.
As I said, we have mushroom gravy. Mushroom boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs?
Boiled
What are
eggs.
you saying?
Who is that, Doug?
It is,
That person likes gravy.
that is Kelly Pressbury. What the fuck is Matt's wife doing?
Kelly, really?
Yeah, Kelly, what are you doing?
Um,
All right, I'm down for mushroom gravy.
I don't do the
fucking boiled eggs. Holy moly.
man.
Man,
Look, it's good. She's telling us it's good.
Ashley, you are learning a lot of things about people you didn't realize.
I wish I could support this.
Wow.
But
Wow. All right. Well, Kelly, do you do
Start wrapping up, or this will go another 3 hours.
right? But, hey, Kelly, do you and Matt use a top sheet or not? Top sheet is between a comforter.
I like how he describes the top sheet, like just in case anyone thinks we're talking about maybe something else, just to make sure it is the top sheet. That's
right.
I like that you're being very clear about
It was
that.
very, very methodical.
No, everybody is just smoking stuff. Kelly says that she turned her whole family on. It's grandma's recipe.
Okay.
Casey says that Kelly's, that's a lot of flavors going on.
I mean, it's legal in Canada. Oh man.
My wife has been making stuffing waffles post Thanksgiving.
I have seen and now I grew up in.
Am I supposed to be eating waffles on Thanksgiving?
I have seen in rural PA for Easter, they will, as an appetizer, make waffles, set them out, and then give you chicken gravy to put over the waffles as an appetizer for Easter.
Mm,
Hmm.
I don't know.
The problem is I've seen that at places my parents never made that. I grew up in Pennsylvania Dutch country. My frickin' grandmother was Pennsylvania Dutch. She never made that shit. I don't know where the hell it came from. And listen, I'm going to put gravy on whatever the hell I can put it on. So,
Right. I think the waffles are made of stuffing.
oh,
I like chicken and waffles, like fried chicken and waffles.
Oh, oh. So you
But I
take
don't put gravy on them.
so you take the
you
stuff.
put maple syrup. At least,
What?
right?
What'd you say, Doug?
Maple syrup on it.
Yeah.
You put stuffing in a waffle iron. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh,
No, that's what Casey is saying.
Casey
Oh.
doesn't know what he's talking about. We already established that.
We all-
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Next time Ashley comes on the show, Casey has to be a host.
We got to have him here to ask all the food questions because holy shit, what is
Yes,
what the hell
yes.
are you doing up there north of the border? Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
Tony
throw
Hernandez,
everything together, and I'm like, okay.
Tony Hernandez, okay. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but we'll figure it out later. Waffles go with everything.
Maybe. Also, the OK Boomer was from Kyle.
Let me go get my stovetop. Waffle French toast.
I've done
Cinnamon
that.
dust.
That
So,
is actually good.
Ashley, waffles or French toast?
I'm probably more apt to eat French toast. But I mean, I like waffles.
There's no question it's French toast.
Just don't put gravy on my waffles.
Damn, look at that. Yes, stuffing in a waffle maker. Look at that.
Oh.
Syrup, cranberry sauce, jam, gravy. Oh.
In the-
Also, not a big cranberry sauce fan.
Why? What? Ooh. We understand gravyless America. That sounds like a Netflix special. Gravyless America with Ashley Girres.
Yes, yes.
Sorry. I was just trying to be my authentic self. And now
What?
Casey's harassing me.
Loving harass. So I promise you, everybody here thinks you're the bomb. So it's just us being dipshit. So
I'm kidding.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Well, so what is cinnamon dust? Is it crushed cinnamon?
I don't know. Sounds like
I wonder if it's sugar. Like, you ever have cinnamon sugar toast? I don't know if you ever had that where you had like. I was poor when I was a fucking kid, so we made toast with butter and just put cinnamon and sugar on it, and that was
right. But I mean, I'll give Casey this. It's already like dusty, so I don't know what.
And right. So what's the dust part? Right. So Tony says best chicken and waffles. Tony, stop talking about chicken and fucking waffles. That's one of my favorite dishes ever. Like, it just combines both things that I just
I will
love.
guarantee you, Tony, that if you go into Harlem, you will find much better chicken and waffles and whatever that is, because you live in the Carolinas, and I'm not trying to shit on the Carolinas, but Harlem's got that shit down.
Really?
Oh,
Damn, okay. So,
yes.
on that note, we are going to thank our guests.
Yes.
So we're going to talk 3 more hours about food. So this show goes wherever it goes, and I love it for that. Ashley, do you have any parting words for our friends, your friends, anybody?
Yeah.
Anything?
Just thank you for having me. Nothing beyond that. I had fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you.
Check Ashley out. The main source to check Ashley out, from my opinion, is her wonderful Twitter page.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Yeah,
Up
do
here's
that
fun.
and enjoy the shit out of it because it's worth it.
Yes.
So
And
Casey, when he comes, I'm blocking him.
you guys know where the book is. Oh, what'd you say, Ashley? I'm sorry, I didn't hear
If Casey comes finding me, I'm going to block him.
you. You fit around here well.
You fit right as rain with this group. So,
cheers, Ashley. Thank you for
Cheers.
gracing
thank you
us
for being on.
for an hour and a half.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers. Good luck with the book, and hopefully we'll see you again.
All right.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Man. Actually, we didn't get that. We usually ask our guests what they drank, but Ashley only had a Moscow Mule, so I don't feel bad asking her because she said she enjoyed it.
We knew where it was, so that's cool.
I'm gonna go first, Doug. The best one was, in my opinion, for me, clearly was this. This is a beautiful, great, fun wheat wine. I'm used to wheat wines being big, alcoholic. This one was really, really nice. Malty, not too sweet. It drank under its ABV. It wasn't boozy. It almost drank like a I don't know, man. I don't even know what it drank like. Fuck it.
It drank like a wheat beer for me personally.
Like or how about an imperial wheat is what I was thinking. Like
that's actually really, if you would categorize it how it drank, I think that's perfect.
Yeah, it's great. I know I got 2 more in this.
Then keep those motherfuckers. Don't send them to anybody. Those
I'm gonna keep them in my stomach. Yes. So so then we had these 2, and respectfully, this one was much better. It's a Berliner Weiss. It's more my style. This one, I'm not sure what to really think of it. Because I had it after a sour, and it's still here with no head. I don't know. We need to talk about drinking beers with no head, because I don't know if that's. But I'm just gonna shut up, and you're just gonna go.
No, I agree. Sometimes you get them and no head is fine. Other times not so much. Depends on the beer. So I'm with you. Winner, wheat wine. This was so much different than the one we had together when we were at the Farmhouse Brewery in Owego, New York. The one in Owego was much sweeter. That one drank like it was like 4%. That one was so different. This still drinks super light. It doesn't drink like it's 9.1%. It still drinks like it's 5-6 for me. It drinks like a bigger wheat, like an imperial wheat. I honestly wish I had more. Don't send me any, Greg. If those are yours, don't fucking send me any.
Yeah, but the next batch we're gonna.
Yeah, whatever.
Next batch, man. Next time it rolls through, I'll send you some.
So second best was this. This was really fucking good. Really good blend of doing like juicy and hoppy. Again, you know my feeling on IPAs. It's a hard sell for me. This is really super good. I drink this, and I would drink it, especially if it was hot. Not even hot, just warm. I don't know. Really good. I'm not going to talk about the one that I dumped because I'm not going to. This is like the third, but I'm just going to tell you, it was not what I expected, but it was not bad. It's not that it was bad. It's just the other 2 were really fucking good. This is just the third. That's all. There's nothing that it was like they did anything wrong. This was just really good.
Excellent. So next week, I believe our friend Casey returns to the show, I believe. With my friend Mike Andrews Jr. Casey loves himself some Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's a good
Tony's like, yes, but they're so effing good. He's talking about chicken and waffles. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Casey says, thank you, Ashley. That was fun. Ashley's still backstage, so she saw that. So that's letting you know, Casey, it's cool. Matt wants some cranberry waffle with a nice doobie. I bet that smacks. Yes, it does.
I tell you that does. I think anything with a doobie probably smacks pretty fucking well at this point.
Manny, Ashley, tell them no gravy, no gravy. Hell no, we won't pour. Kelly says try it and thank me later. I don't know if I'm gonna try the mushroom gravy. What was it? with
Dude,
waffles.
like the thing is, mushroom gravy is good on a lot of things. What she described did not sound good together.
Right. Jonathan says, "Good luck with design work, Ashley." Pretty sure she heard that. Daniel Fisher says, "Old ales, aged barley wines, and similar beers, okay, with no head."
You're right.
True.
Barley wines, especially, and any cask ales, are generally not
Truth.
ones that have a lot of head. So yeah.
Well, Doug, one last one. Mushrooms are evil. Completely agree. Completely agree.
Dude. What? You've not had my portobello mushroom steaks?
I promise you, it's good as a delicacy around here for real. It's cranberry waffle with a nice doobie.
By the way, our friend Renee Pickup said mushrooms are evil. What the fuck, Renee?
Yes. What is Renee? When are you coming back on? Mushrooms are evil and raisins ruin everything. We can go on all night, Doug. And I didn't even get to chastising you for your wrong opinion on avocados. We didn't even get to avocados. But Doug is wrong about that.
But him not wrong, by the way.
Top sheets. You're again, Doug, you're right about a lot, bro. But some of this food shit, man, you gotta
sometimes you have to stand your ground.
We're getting booed for something. I'm not sure. We say a lot of shit.
Halloween coming up. Hey, boo!
So Matt and Kelly need to get on this show. What about it, Doug?
Yeah, Matt. Hey, we should have him and his wife on at the same fucking time. Let's do that.
I know. Every time I talk to them, I'm like, when are you coming? Come on. Wait. Liza on the avocado. See, we got to get them on and talk food. Lies on the avocado.
Dude,
No,
dude, that's a fucking chef.
No. Wait, what you think of avocados, Greg? Boo for mushrooms are evil. Mushrooms are evil, Matt.
No, they are not.
And avocados are fantastic. Doug thinks that there's some kind of Doug, what do you think? I'll let him say, and then we gotta go, Doug. We'll be here all night.
Shoe paste. That's what avocados are.
What?
Shoe paste.
See, I didn't even want to. This is why I don't even ask him for this shit. Kelly's with it. I think Kelly's with it coming on.
All right, let's bring him on. That would be
cool. Look at this. Just say when. You know. Okay. Well, all right. They Kelly and Matt do a pop-up on Instagram on Fridays. I think they took a week. I think they took some weeks off, but I think it returns next week. Kelly and Matt, tell me if that's true. Wow, Kelly's coming to see you, Doug. Wow, Doug, you're not allowed in California. Man, we should just talk food every week, Doug. We should scrap the beer and just come on with food and just trash each other. We would it would be a sensation. Doug, I'm gonna hit the old end broadcast here button. It was a fantastic night. Thanks to everybody who was chiming in. So Kelly and Matt do a pop-up on Black Fathers Foundation on Instagram. Coming back next week. I'm glad to see that come back because one of my favorite shows. Yes. Cheers. Doug, thank you for thank you, Ashley, for being a fantastic guest. But Doug, thank you for being you. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
See you next week. Casey next week, folks. So all you Casey fans, he'll be here sucking up the air that Doug and I.
Yeah.
He'll be here being smarter than me and Doug.
Have your poutine and maple syrup questions ready.
Brothers and Doobies. That is the Saturday show we're going to develop.